Hi there, ciao. My name is Andrew Hyatt, and I'm the writer-director of Full of Grace. But I was sent a few questions to answer after the film, and I'm happy to answer them. I feel like you are here with me now. I'm thinking of you all. I'm praying for you all that you were inspired and moved by the film. I'm at the pub. I've got a cold glass of Guinness, and I've got some questions that I would love to answer for you. So let's get on with that. When I hit university, I was confronted very quickly with this question that I do feel a lot of younger people are confronted with these days, which is, does your faith have anything to say when confronted with the challenges and the temptations of the secular world, of the real world? And for me in that moment, it did not. It did not have an answer. So I had not had that encounter yet where I encountered Christ in my heart. And so when this opportunity to tell this story and make this movie came along, that was something that I very much wanted to explore. I wanted to find a story and dig into the humanity of these characters in a way that allowed for a heart encounter with Christ. And the dialogue was born more from a deep dive into Scripture, really deep dive into Scripture to sort of understand the context of the time period. The early church was dealing with this particularly difficult at the time decision of whether to allow Gentiles into the church or whether they were a new religion or a sect of Judaism, or whether they believed that they should circumcise the Gentiles before they were allowed in. All these big questions that really a group of men led by a fisherman, by Peter, were really not qualified to answer. And there's a longer monologue towards the end of the film where she sort of recaps the gospel through a mother's eyes. That really was inspired just by prayer. There were no churches. There was no Sunday Mass. There was a community that lived together, that worked together, that prayed together, that had to stay together to stay connected, because that was the only way that the faith existed at that time. And so that's very inspiring when you think of this idea of going back to the beginning when you take all the sort of bells and whistles out of the church and religion, and you say, what is it truly about? What is it about? And that's what we realize. It's all about Christ. And this is what Mary so beautifully lays out in the film. It's everything. Following Christ must be everything. And I hope that it has shown you some sort of beauty, this beautiful nature of this wonderful, wonderful Heavenly Mother that we have. It'll never show all of her beauty, but hopefully it just gives you a glimpse into what a wonderful and beautiful woman she was and she is.